Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Take 10 Tuesday. I am Lucy, and this is Shift with Lucy, and I wanted to ask you a question, and that question is, do you ever feel completely overwhelmed with everything that's going on in your life? I'm sure the answer is no, that has never happened to you, but if it has, I wanted to check in with you and kind of link today's Take 10 Tuesday with last week's. Last week we were talking about really getting to the essence of who we are and all of the descriptors that we put over us and label ourselves with distract us from being uniquely us. And the practice of Taiji and Qigong allows us to just let go of this and simplify our lives and create a little balance in them. So this descriptor of just taking off, I am, professional, I need to succeed, I'm generous, I own a house or I rent, just everything that describes us. I have a high school diploma or I don't have a high school diploma. All of these things, when we take them off, as we talked about last week, we find that when these coverings are completely released, we sometimes feel very vulnerable. And what I want you to take a look at is when we release all of these and we come to this clarity, we have to ask ourselves, what is left? Who are we really? And when we finally allow ourselves to see that and to see perhaps who we really are, then we come to this place of, oh my gosh, am I enough? Without all of the titles, without all of the education I've had, without all of the hats that I wear, am I enough? And that's where the stress comes in. A lot of times people feel obligated to do and to complete and to manage and to handle, and all of this stuff piles up onto our shoulders, and soon we're carrying this mountain that we really shouldn't be carrying, that we should be placing under our feet and using as our home and our support, not to carry with us and to make and do and fix and change. And the practice of Taiji and Qigong and yoga allow us to just breathe, to create some space, and to notice when we're dropping behind and covering ourselves up with what these labels did, which was in some cases to keep us confined, to put us into a this is me, this is not me. And on a larger scale, that creates divisions between people. And so the practice of breathing, letting go, and the art of observing is what Taiji and Qigong do for us. They allow us, over years and years and decades of all of these labels defining us, these practices give us the freedom to let them go. So I want to do a little practice with you, and it is just a simple breathing practice that we can do to allow ourselves to let go. And what we're going to do is release the mental images that we have of ourselves, the emotional parts that we have of ourselves, definitions, and then the physical. So what I'm going to ask you to do is find a nice comfortable seat, kind of settle in as comfortably as you can, taking a few breaths, and just begin with eyes closed or just partially open, just begin by noticing your thoughts. Just noticing what comes in and not identifying with it, not thinking, oh, that's my thought, I created that. Just look at it as if it were a cloud that we're passing by in the sky. And then when you're ready, just watching thoughts, see if you can move your awareness down into the heart area. And just first notice the mood that you're in, however it appears. It doesn't matter. Just noticing. Notice the fluctuation of emotions, the joy, or the subtle fear, or the peace, or whatever happens to be there. And notice if the emotions or the mood that you were becoming aware of were linked in any way to the thoughts that you were noticing. And then moving your awareness to the lower belly as you breathe in and out. And just notice the range of sensation that you can feel inside. Places of deep comfort and ease, and other places of discomfort and dis-ease. Not attaching to any one of them, just giving yourself a broad scope. Not moving into one point and questioning why it feels that way, but just breathing into the whole body and just noticing. And if you're ready, begin to notice if the thoughts and the emotions that you were witnessing have any hooks or links into what you were feeling physically. And as you watch and you notice, you may be able to sense that these three areas, your mind and your heart and your physical center, these three centers don't define you. That they're bringing information to you, and you can take that information and make choices from that area, but you don't have to be led by these three centers. So just take a few moments, still breathing, and notice that subtle separation. Your thinking mind brings in thoughts that you don't have to react to. It may connect in with emotions or mood that you also have choices in choosing how you feel, or responding or reacting. And then the physical body may tense up in certain circumstances or release. And just notice how the three work together, but that you and your essence that is uncovered by all of these definitions can be very clear and grounded and rooted. And that clear, grounded, and rooted space is where you want to practice moving from. And Taiji and Qigong both are amazing practices for centering and staying centered and knowing the essence of who you are and letting go of all of these definitions that confine you, and then also don't give you the opportunity to say, you know what, without those labels, I'm still enough. So take a few more breaths. If your eyes are closed, just allow them to gently open as you move fingers and toes. And no matter what your practice happens to be, if you have one, you may want to include that mantra. I am enough, just as I am, for the next few days. If you don't have a practice, we have online courses and private sessions and options for you to begin one. We want whole, solid, grounded people walking this earth. And there's so much distraction and discord in our world right now that these kinds of practices are deeply needed. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. And if you also want to check out our blog for just a good reading that may, in the middle of your day, bring you into a centered place, it's at shiftwithlucy.com/blog. And I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next Take 10 Tuesday or before that. All right. See you next time.